What is up, y'all? So right now I'm currently at the beach, as you can see behind me. But today is my birthday. It's August 27th. I'm 23 years old now. It is it's crazy. It's crazy how fast time flies. But I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful to live this life. All praise to God, Jesus Christ, for everything. For keeping me healthy, and I'm just grateful for all of this. Even through all the hard times, everything I've gone through, it's still a blessing, just to experience all this. Do not be afraid to do things alone. For the people that do not know, I literally do everything alone. When I've solo traveled by myself, I go to the beach by myself. Sometimes I go to restaurants, like healthy restaurants, and I just go in there and I just eat by myself. And everybody, I notice like a lot of people are staring at me. I feel like a lot of people are very like self-conscious about those types of things, but I honestly do not care. Because I'm the type of individual, I like to just be around people that I genuinely connect with. I'm not for being just with the crowd just to be with them, just to fit in. And I've just never been like that. I've always kind of been like a loner my whole life, and I don't want this to come off to make it seem like I'm antisocial and I don't talk to people, because that's not the case. I talk to a lot of people, actually. I know a lot of people, like just people that I come across in my day-to-day life. But just because I know all these people and I talk to them doesn't mean that they're my friends, In reality, I really have no friends. I only have a couple, and a lot of them have moved away from my hometown. They've graduated college, and people go on with their lives. I still keep in touch with them. Besides that, I don't really actually have true friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. For the longest time I used to, and I know for the longest time sometimes you could feel like lonely, and you could question the universe, you could question God and ask like, why is this happening to me? But instead of having this victimization mentality, I started to realize, maybe this is happening for a reason. Maybe because I know there's people out there who are just like me. There's a lot of people out there who are just like me, but I was thinking to myself, like, maybe this is actually happening for a reason. Maybe there's a bigger purpose behind this. Maybe you just have a bigger purpose in life. Maybe you're just meant for more. People are just satisfied with their life, working a 9-to-5 and going to a job that they hate. I'm not okay with that. I don't like that. I'm not for that. I actually want to do something in my life. I want to live life to the fullest, And I've always told myself, like, even if that means like dying young, I'm okay with that. Because I would rather live my life to the fullest, do all the things I want to do, and go out young than to be like most people who live to their 60, 70 years old and they didn't do anything in their life. They just worked, they just slaved away. They didn't take any risks. They didn't get outside their comfort zone because they're afraid of that. They like to stay in their own little bubble. I'm not okay with that. I don't want to live my life that way. But don't be afraid to do things alone, man. If you have to do it alone, do it alone. It is what it is. It's beautiful, y'all. Right now I've got my feet in the sand. I'm doing some grounding, and I've also got the beach right behind me. Looks nice. I gotta surf sometime. I've actually never surfed before, but a lot of people try to get me to do it. But there's actually a helicopter right above me. I don't know if you guys could hear me. It's pretty loud. But it's right there. But yeah, man, live your life. Live life while you're young. Anyone else who's young, who's watching this, go out and live your life. Do not be afraid. Don't You know, you shouldn't have to rely on other people. Don't feel like you need other people to motivate you, to push you. Just do it yourself. Even if it's alone, it sucks. It's scary. I don't really think it sucks, but it can at first. It can feel, it's definitely going to feel uncomfortable, but you get used to it over time. You know, whatever that can be. It could be starting your own business. It can be, you know, having your first fight, putting yourself out there, having your first fight. You know, it's different for everybody, you know. Like, I had my first Muay Thai fight 4 months into my Muay Thai journey. That is not, like, I don't know if that's really common. I know from when I had my first competition, a lot of people were telling me, like, that shit's crazy, you know. But it's like, I don't know. It's just, you just have to go out and do it. I remember thinking, like, I remember before I had my first fight, I just felt like, man, I don't feel like I'm ready. But the truth is, you're never going to feel ready. You just have to simply do it. And regardless of what happens, it's a learning experience. And for me, it's worked out. You know, I won my first fight. And then from then, I went to Nashville and I had 2 fights over there and I won those. And I just had another fight out here in LA, my amateur fight. And that was also, that went well too. I won that. So it's just like, you just have to simply go out and do it. And eventually I plan on fighting again in the near future, hopefully in 2027, 2028, who knows. When the time's right, it'll come to me. But I want to fight at least in Thailand once. But I just do it for the experience. It's a hobby. I don't really do it for like oh, I want to make a career out of this. Because it's a big investment if you do, you know. There's a lot of risks that are involved in this. You know, you can take a lot of damage, and it's just all of that stuff adds up over time. But I think it's a good skill. It's an important skill that all men must learn. And to me, it's genuinely enjoyable. Like, it's addicting. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love that shit so much. Like, even now, since I haven't been training, bro, that shit's been fucking hard. I've just been shadow boxing and different things like that. But it's just really hard, like, not actually being able to go to a gym and train and spar and different things like that. But eventually I'll be back, you know. I just have to get other stuff sorted out in my life. I have to really work on my app. I have to go all in on that business. But it's like, I feel like you're very powerful when you have nothing to lose. So when I was competing, every fight that I've had, I had nothing to lose. That was my mentality going into my fights. And I feel like when you have that mentality, not just in fighting, but just in life, that's when you're your most powerfulest. You know, you don't feel pressure, you don't feel stress. This is why you see a lot of people, you see this in the athletes, people that compete, you know, they train really hard, they look good, they look nice on the pads, nice shadow boxing, all that, but when the lights get bright, they crumble. And the reason why is because of the pressure that they put on themselves. I didn't care regardless of if I won or lost. Obviously, yes, I wanted to win, but if I did lose, I'm like, okay, it's just a learning experience. And every win that I've had, it's been a learning experience. Everything is just a learning experience, you know? So it's like, yeah, that's honestly the reason why I just started training Muay Thai and competing. I just felt like I had nothing to lose in my life. I was always at, like, I was kind of at a low point in my life at that time too, and it's helped me a lot. Even now, like, creating these YouTube videos, I have nothing to lose, you know. For the longest time, people have told me to start a channel and to document my journey, but I've always just shrugged it off. I'm like, one, it's uncomfortable, and, you know, I don't like attention and anything like that. I don't like having all the eyeballs on me. That's naturally who I am by nature, but, you know, who knows? Maybe people can find inspiration by my videos and my channels, you know. So, I mean, why not document the journey? You know, one day I won't be here anymore, you know, and I'll get to see, people will get to see the life that I lived and my journey, you know. And also in like 5-10 years from now, I'll be able to look at these videos and just to see, you know, how I did in life. All right, so while I'm out here at the beach, I'm actually just gonna do some quick little shadow boxing because why not? Doing some grounding also, getting my feet wet. The water's kind of cold, but it's very nice, very chill. Nobody's really out here. It's very peaceful. And make sure you guys get outside, get in nature, you know, be barefoot. You know, go barefoot in the sand, the grass. You know, it helps with grounding. It helps with lowering inflammation. It's very relaxing, therapeutic. Like right now, bro, my cortisol feels so low. It's beautiful out here. Look at this. But I found this it's like little cave right behind me. Be pretty cool. Oh, I just saw something. The guy back there surfing. I don't know if y'all could see him. For some reason, I just want to get in the water, start swimming, but I haven't done that in so long. Yeah, but I just got off work, y'all. Like, probably been like 30 minutes, 40 minutes now. But yeah, I just came here, you know. I just work a regular job, retail job for now. I was working in medical sales about a year ago. I did that for almost like a year, but you know, there wasn't any work anymore because of the tariffs at the time. And around that time, that's when I started, you know, Muay Thai. And once I started Muay Thai, I didn't want to go back. But I'm over like just working in general, you know, working for someone else, building their dream. That's why I'd rather just work on my business, my app, get that out there, get it going, you know, have freedom over my time, freedom over what I want to do. And I don't have to be, you know, super wealthy. You know, I don't have to be rich. Even like just making $2,000-$3,000 a month, US dollars, like you could go to Vietnam, Thailand, and you could live comfortably over there, you know, for a while. Oh, this water is cold. All right, y'all. I'll catch you on the next video.